Gentlemen and lady, because there's probably one or two females that watch this channel, but not many. Hey, if you've been around the trades long enough, you remember back in the day when this was cutting edge technology, right? The old utility knife, slide out handle. You had to get a Phillips screwdriver to change a blade if you needed it, but this was it. You were cutting edge with the cutting edge right there. Yeah, and then they came up with the folders like this Stanley. Wow, and then you could flick the blade and boom, instant change out. You showed this to the fellas down at the work site, and they were all green with envy. And then the big boys got in the game, Gerber with the EAB. You still had to put the screwdriver in there to get that out, but look how sleek. You thought you were, man from Time Traveler. Cutting edge technology here. These guys. Woo. Well, I know you guys have seen them, and then up jumps the devil and comes along with Oknife. The makers of Olight came up with a knife division, I guess, and then they started coming up with cool stuff like this. I had to get me one because I'll tell you why. See that cutting blade? Cutting edge, I guess, is more the word. Yeah, it's a razor blade, and sure, when it's dull, you swap it out. But look how much more cutting edge you get with that, which is not always necessary. These had their purpose. You're cutting carpet, or you're cutting tile, vinyl tile, stuff like that. You didn't need 3 inches of cutting edge. You just needed the tip and you're scoring your sheetrock to break it open. And, well, if you want to carry a little more knife in more of a pocket knife style than just utility cutting blade, there you go. The Oknife. This is the U1 utility knife. I picked this up myself with my own hard-earned jack. And we're going to try it out. It's, let's see. Of course, the blade specs they give you, SK5 steel, but that's a razor blade or a razor knife, utility knife blade that you switch out yourself. So blade steel may change at any time. It may be, you might get the 200 pack from Harbor Freight, or you might get those. I've seen some that are, man, they run like $2 a piece, but they got some sort of serrated edge or something. They sell a model of this that also comes with a ceramic utility blade, which I don't think you would replace near as often, but it's going to cost you a little more. G10 handles in the carbon fiber look. I don't think that's really carbon fiber, but it's got the patterning on there. See that? The crossbar block lock-up system, as opposed to your liner lock system where you've got to slip this piece back over to close your utility knife. This one is pretty cool, though, the Stanley Fatmax. It does have extra blade storage, but I've used them all, and I haven't used this Stanley in quite a while. But no extra blade storage on this one, but it does have a nice, solid, man, this pocket clip is, I don't even know if you can get it over your pocket. It's pretty tight. It's nice and thick. It's not like those little cheapy stamped out ones that, this one, I have bent that one back into shape a couple times because it's just kind of flimsy and thin. But, this is more hang on the side of your bag, not pocket carry, essentially. Whereas the difference in the Gerber, look at that thing. But you know what? I had one of these one time, and I sat down in it, and it caught. And this whole pocket clip shot right out of the top. So it essentially became a pocket carrier without the pocket clip. But still a Gerber. Nice, does nice work. So yeah, this is a sweet little knife. I'm going to start this into my EDC rotation for pocket carry at work and see what else. Let me show you the accessories that come with it. You get a little lanyard piece that you can mix up yourself, I guess. Cut your Cobra knots or whatever. It also comes with a very rudimentary EDC pry bar, which I'm not going to lie, this is probably not going to get you anything as far as pry bars go. It does have a bottle opener. That might work. Your your Phillips screwdriver is more like you would use this if you found a slot that a penny or a dime would open up. Not really sharp on the end. I don't think you could get that under anything to pry with it. So yeah, you know, it's secondary. It's not the knife. It's just the piece right there. You know, it's got the, you're supposed to use that as a little wrench to open up things. You set it over a nut, jam it on there pretty good, or a bolt, and then see if that'll turn it for you. But that's what you get in the package, if you're curious, if you're interested. Okay, y'all, you got to forgive me. Sometimes I'm kind of thick in the head on stuff like this, but I struggled to get the blade retention screw, and then I realized, oh, this is the tool that helps you with that. So yeah, you kind of put it on there. It is got a little knurling on the little screw there, so that's what that's for. I was thinking that is never going to catch a, you know, a hexagonal nut at all, but it's for this. So there you go. Now you can, well, once you get it loosened up, you can thumb it off, roll it out, roll it back in. If you need a little extra extension, I wouldn't do that though. It doesn't feel quite as sturdy. All right, how'd I do it before? I just redid this a minute ago, so maybe you got to get all the way up. There it goes. Now it sets back in there. Yeah, thumb it back around, and I'm not sure how convenient it is to be carrying this around with you all the time, but you know, I guess that's the way it's got to be. Am I missing a cool holder? Well, it's got the lanyard, so you could have it dangling off, but that seems like a lot of extra gooby goo on there to me. So we'll try it and see. I'm not super happy, but I think once you get that loosened up, you can you'll probably be able to thumb it off there. You know, don't torque it down so much like I just did. Let's try it and see. Well, if I get the tool up. Maybe you don't torque it down as much as I just did. We'll just get her loose a little bit. And then, of course, it is kind of cold out here. My hands are quite cool, and I can't really feel my fingertips at the moment. But, yeah, I would say just thumb tight it. I'll run it at work and see how quickly it loosens up and blade falls out on me, and report back if whether or not we need to tie the lanyard on there with the tool. If that's the case, I may change my opinion on this, but so far I'm liking it. You could do anything. Even the Knipex twin grips would hold that, unscrew that one nicely. Just had to throw that in there because I like my Knipex, you know. All right, back to our regularly scheduled program. I'll leave a link below if you want to check these out. Affiliate links, of course. And there you go. The Oknife UI Utility Knife from the same folks that make O-Lights, which are pretty nice little knives. Or lights, that is. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you all have a great one. We'll check you in the next video.